Hey guys, what is up and welcome to my 2015 gaming setup tour. I'm going to start off here on my desk going from left to right. Starting off on the left here, I've got two pencil pots which has a remote to control my LEDs and just various bits of stationery in it. And starting here, we've got a few Xbox 360 games, a Canon battery charger for my 700D, and a couple of cable clips here with a nano USB and a micro USB to connect cameras, phones, etc. And a little yin yang sign here which just looks nice underneath my monitor. Here, sat in between my two monitors, I've got my 12 South high-rise stand for iPhone and iPad mini. Sat on top of it is my iPhone 6 Plus in silver, and then next to that I've just got a little controller for my Logitech speakers. So moving on to my first monitor, which I use for my PC. It's a 27-inch Acer monitor, 1080p, and next to that is a monitor which I use for gaming, which is a 23.5-inch Asus monitor which has a 1 millisecond response time, and I use that for my Xbox 360 and Xbox One, and it's useful because it has a HDMI switcher built in so I can switch between the two consoles. It's also mounted on the wall with a standard tilt swivel wall mount. And sat on top of the monitor is a Triton Primers, which is the headset that I use for gaming at the moment. And that concludes my desk, and I'll move on to the three shelves I have above my desk in just a second. Starting off here, we've got my first gen iPad mini with an Elgato Game Capture HD and iPod Shuffle on my old phone, etc. Next to that, we've got a selection of 6 iPhone 6 Plus cases and a 13,000 mAh battery pack for charging phones, and my wallet there. And moving on up here, we've got the Blue Snowball Ice and also the Joby GorillaPod SLR. So that's what I have on my first shelf. Now moving on to my second shelf, I've got my Xbox One Kinect sat right here, which is just above my TV, and around that is 2 cactus plants with some diffusers and air fragrance, etc. And from the right side, I've got my camera bag, pencil case. It's a few items that I got on holiday and a collection of glue and sellotape, with 3D glasses and a little bonsai tree sat right behind that. And on the third and final shelf, I've just got a selection of boxes from various bits of technology I purchased over the year. Now moving on to my entertainment unit, which has a 47-inch LG LA690V, which is very thin and has very thin bezels, and I got it for quite cheap in the sales as well, so I'm glad I picked that up. Sat on the unit underneath my TV, I have a 500GB hard drive with various TV shows and films on it, which I plug into my TV, and the TV is able to watch the films and TV shows on there. And over here we've got my Xbox One on top of the unit, which has a switcher going to my TV and my monitor, so I can play it on either of those two. And on the first shelf of the unit, I've got a small selection of Xbox One games and my Xbox 360, which I still do play quite a lot, and that goes to the small monitor on my desk. And behind that, I've got a selection of Blu-rays, which I watch on my Xbox One. On the second shelf down, I have some cleaning cloths and random pieces of paper, with a bunch of DVDs behind there which I don't watch very often, and a pile of school books here. Now I'm going to be moving on to the bed, which I have in front of my entertainment unit, and here we've got a remote which controls all the LEDs that I have in my room and the 2 lights I have behind me on my bed, as you can see in this clip. Now on my headboard I have this little cable clip which holds a lightning connector that's 6 foot long, so it's very long. And here I've got the LG Magic Remote, which I use to control my TV obviously. And up here we've got the 2 lights I was talking about earlier, which are controlled by my remote, and they just give a bit of extra light to my room and allow me to read in my bed if I want to. And yeah, that basically concludes my 2015 gaming setup. I hope you really enjoyed it, and thank you very much for watching, and don't forget to leave a like rating if you enjoyed it, and maybe even subscribe. Thanks a lot guys, goodbye.